What's up, tribe? Happy Saturday. How are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone is doing well. We are going to get into this Real Housewives of New Jersey review. I know I'm a week late, but for people who care to hear my opinion, we're going to talk about it. I'm trying to get into um the episode really wasn't all that exciting. I mean, we're starting to see just how bad the cast is divided. Um, and the problem, unfortunately, with shows like this, when the cast gets divided, it divides the fan base. I mean, the fan base is already divided enough because, I mean, you have your people that love Teresa, love Melissa, feel like they have to choose, yada, 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 which makes for a toxic, um, hey, you guys, which makes for a toxic. No, I'm not on the phone with Mims. Why? Why? What's going on with Mims? I ain't talked to Mims in a couple of days. Uh-uh. What's going on with Mims? Why you think I was on the phone with Mims? Okay. I did pin my birthday wish list. I will pin it until Monday. Um, I've scheduled my party for Thursday, so I figure anything you guys order after Monday probably won't get here by then. For those of you that have already ordered off my wish list, thank you so much. I am so humbled by that because you guys don't have to, but you did. Because when I say packages are coming in, and I appreciate it, I cannot wait to open everything and see what you guys have blessed me with. But let's get into the Real Housewives of New Jersey, child. I'm going to be back later on tonight to do my story time on the T.S. Madison show that we went to Wednesday night. And then tomorrow we are going to do, I forgot I don't have the camera one. Tomorrow will be the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'll be doing TSF Power. And I'm going to try to get something else in. It's just going to depend on my time. Monday, we'll do Dubai. If I don't get Dubai done tomorrow, we'll do Dubai. And I will do the uploads. I'll be uploading House on Fire, Bridgerton, Power. Yeah, those will be the uploads. So I'm still trying to get caught up. All right, you guys. Hey. Okay, Quake. Enjoy your Saturday, my love. All right, you guys. So let's get into the things. All right. The episode picks up where we left off with Teresa, Louis getting into it with Rachel and with John. Now, let me explain something to you guys. And you know, I say this with love. What I'm getting ready to say, I'm saying with love. For those that might be new to me, I understand that everybody doesn't understand that I look at things individually and I make my decisions individually. I still feel like at the end of the day, I absolutely believe that Teresa was working behind the scenes and doing things. I believe that. But I also believe in what I said last week. I don't like when somebody want to tell you how to apologize. Listen, Teresa gave the apology. Either you accept it or you don't. And for you to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to accept that apology because it's not real. You need to give me a real apology. You don't get to demand that somebody gives you a real apology. Either you're going to accept it or you're not. And I meant what I said. So people in the comments was like, well, Teresa, she is working behind the scenes and she did do a lot of stuff to them. They have every right to be angry with Teresa. They have every right to have an issue with Teresa. What they don't have a right to do is to make somebody apologize the way you want them to apologize. Either you accept it or you don't. So in this moment, all four of them were getting on my nerves. And I ain't taking it back. I feel like Rachel and John were getting on my nerves because they were playing this righteous, high ground. Like Teresa and Louis are so horrible, and we're standing on the high ground. And then, you have Teresa being clueless. Like, I don't know what the problem is. I don't understand. What did I say? Girl, you know what you said. And you know what you did. Okay? And then Louis on the sideline trying to make himself look like he's so innocent, like he ain't done nothing to nobody. All right? So that, y'all, I really don't know what this color. It's really bothering me. This little mark on my face right here. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's just I get so distracted by it. Anyway, so with that being said, I said what I said and I meant what I said. Now, Teresa bought a bottle for the housewarming for Melissa and Joe, and then she was irritated that John forgot to take it. Let me say this. Teresa, you playing games. You're playing games and you're manipulating your brother, as always. So you don't want to have anything to do with him. You've written him out of your life. You don't speak to him to the point where you don't even want to work with him so that y'all can keep collecting this good, easy money that y'all get on this Real Housewives. And you have not spoken to him since the reunion. Now, all of a sudden, you are so concerned and that you want to make sure that you get him a blue label bottle of liquor for his housewarming. This is Joe's third damn house, at least, since he's been on this show. Let's not act like this was a serious housewarming. Like, it's not that serious by the time. It's like a baby shower. The first baby, we go all out, right? I had a girlfriend. She had back-to-back babies. By the third baby shower, she wanted the same level of baby shower that we threw her the first time. And we were all like, girl, you're not getting no baby. We have had two. You are not getting a third baby shower. Like, we can get together, and if you want to have like a little like get together at somebody's house where we have some cake, and we and you know you want to give us if you have any things you need off your registry. But let's be clear, we're not doing the things that we did the first time you was pregnant. It's the same way with a housewarming. The only reason why y'all are even having this whole housewarming party is so you can film it for the damn show. It's not that serious. Y'all been in that house damn near a year. Y'all been in that house so long that y'all redid the whole entranceway of the house because y'all didn't like what people said about it online when it was first posted, and y'all wanted to redo the entranceway. Okay, so Phil, we have been getting along good. Don't come in here with your Teresa nonsense. It was a big deal because of why Teresa did it. Teresa did it to be manipulated. Let me explain something to y'all. When I'm done with somebody, I'm done with that person. And here's another reason why it was manipulative, Phil. Because the type of liquor that they bought, what she bought was her father's favorite. It was manipulative. If you really, truly were really concerned, you'd have took it to him yourself. You didn't have to take it to his house. You could have found him, texted him, called him. You could have met up with him. But it was all about being seen. Hey, Candy, it was all about being seen. No, that's not true, Phil. That's not true. There are people that are siblings that don't speak to their siblings all the time. It is what it is. It happens all the time. Let's be clear. There are siblings that don't F with each other all the time. So we're not going to sit here and be like, well, they're brother. No. I ain't going to sit here and argue with you all day, Phil. Let me keep going, child, because we only on the first scene, and this episode wasn't that exciting. So moving on. I felt like it was manipulative. And I felt like Teresa wanted it to be a moment and wanted it to be seen. And then was like, oh my gosh. Because here's another thing. Because you went out of your way to get that same damn bottle to Dolores. Moving on. We saw Danielle get her kids ready for school. Nothing here to see. I try not to talk about people's and their kids because I don't have no kids. And I don't know how I will raise my kids if I have kids. So I'm going to just say, she was getting her kids ready for school. Moving on. That's all I got for that moment. So then we see Dolores with her mama and her daughter telling them that Paulie wants to go into business with her, but Paulie is in no rush to get this divorce. And let me say this. Dolores said it in her confessional. For anybody that was questioning, didn't understand, it wasn't clear about what was going on and why Dolores said it in her confessional. I just don't want to look stupid. She said, I'm not even all that pressed about the wedding part of this. I just don't want to look stupid. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all Dolores just doesn't want to be out here dating this man and it end up being the same situation that she went through with that daggone doctor. She don't want to end up looking stupid, okay? Oh, Phil, you be caping. Oh, I hope your cape got a big T on it. Oh, you be caping for Teresa. My gosh. People would have been asking what happened to the bottle. Nobody is going to care about what happened to that bottle except for you. Nobody care about that bottle. So Dolores, because here's what I don't understand, Paulie. Paulie, why do you want to go into business with Dolores? And then you want to go into business with something you don't know anything about. Like Dolores said, well, he said he wants to go into business, but he wasn't even clear on what that business is going to look like. And then he said, she said that he has not even outlined what that's going to look like for them. And it's something that he don't even hardly know nothing about. See, that's him calling himself pacifying you. That's what that is. You're going to make me eat what words? What words? About the bottle or about you having a cape with a T on it? Child, the way you be caping for Teresa ass. Anyway. And that's okay. Y'all know me and Phil don't agree on much. So when we do agree, it's rare. So I expect Phil to say the opposite of everything I say, child. Anyway. So then Phil made me lost the bottle. Oh, child. Anyway. So that's really what that's going on. We found out that Luke's puppy is dying, so we're sorry to hear that. I mean, not Luke, Frank's dog, that puppy. And we also found out that Frank Jr. got a girlfriend that the family is meeting. So it must be getting kind of serious if the family is meeting the puppy. Okay, I mean the girlfriend. Lord, I said the puppy, the girlfriend. That's pretty much all there was to that. Okay. So now we get to the housewarming. Listen. Again, I just can't get excited about a house and that's your third house. Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. The next thing we see, well, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I guess Louis' son is autistic because we saw him getting a haircut and they were saying how he's comfortable. He found a barber that he likes and the barber comes to the house. And the son looks like he's autistic. So that was cool. That was a sweet moment to see them, what they do to help him be comfortable and everything like that. So that was cool. We saw the Fudas. We found out that their daughter, she had already told us about her daughter has motor skills delays. So we see, we saw them helping her walk and everything. She's going to have surgery that's supposed to help with that. What's up, Cheryl? So that was cool to see that. And of course, they had to talk about the whole Teresa thing again. I don't care anymore. See, this is what I mean when these reality shows be dragging stuff out. At the end of the day, John, I really don't care that Teresa called you the biggest drug dealer in the city of whatever. I don't care that Teresa took the word of your ex-girlfriend, baby mama, ex-wife, whoever, and it's acting like everything she said is gold. That is what they do on these reality shows. They look into your past, they find out who you are, and they exploit it. So do I like the fact that, that Teresa did it? I'm going to be honest and tell you, I honestly don't think I care. I really don't. I don't think it's that serious. And for Teresa to be like, you were the biggest drug dealer. Sir, we're not going to act like, because now they say he's talking about suing. Child, is not that serious. Because at the end of the day, you did commit a crime. You were dealing drugs. Now, were you El Chapo? No. Okay, you were not. All right, that's fine. You were not El Chapo. But I don't care if you were 16 or 66. You did it. She did not lie on you. Just because she does not ascribe to the version of the story that you want everybody to believe does not mean that she doesn't have a right to say what she wants to say in the heat of battle. Okay, she had beef with you. You had beef with her. She threw your past in your face. I mean, I just don't care that much. I didn't care when Teresa said it the first time. I mean, did I think Teresa was exaggerating and doing what Teresa does best? Of course she was. Of course that's what Teresa does. But at the end of the day, did I think it was that damn serious? No, it wasn't. Now, if I'm missing it, put it in the chat. If I'm missing put it in the chat. Tell me, say, nah, really be, it is a big deal. Just tell me. Now, I don't, and listen, I don't want you to say, well, because Teresa is a mean person and Teresa is a terrible person. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. Because Teresa is who she is. Teresa has been who she has been. Teresa been this person since season 2. Now, season 1, towards the end of season 1, but I don't even really blame Teresa for turning up on Danielle at the end of the season. Danielle was crazy as hell. Okay? So I'm going to give Teresa a pass for season 1. But from season 2 on forward, Teresa crazy as hell. And this is what Teresa does. So at this point, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Y'all can sit here and I don't care. We're going to drag this thing out, whatever. Okay. So we get to the housewarming. It looks like it's a cute theme. It's like an Italian theme. Got the whole limoncello thing going. They all have one yellow or some, well, most of them have one yellow or some version of yellow. Joe does what that, see, now here's where you're going to probably like me, Phil, because you know I'm equal opportunity over here. Joe is always extra and always does too much. No, I haven't even gotten to the episodes with Teresa with the jail. Teresa was always this person. Maybe jail brought it out. But if you go back to season 2, I'm going to go back to when Teresa chased that lady through the brownstone. And that lady ain't even say nothing to Teresa. Teresa wanted to fight, and she picked a fight with that woman to the point where she literally chased that woman through the damn brownstone. That woman ain't even say nothing to Teresa. So, no, we're not going to sit here. And act like Teresa was this, prim and proper, laid back person until she went to jail. She was not. Okay, she was not. I'm on season 3 when they went to Mexico. When they went to where'd they go? They went to Mexico, and Teresa was acting the ass down there. So no, we're not gonna sit here. Phil, take your rose-colored glasses off. Teresa has always been this person. Okay. I think when you make accusations, what are you talking about? The accusations Teresa made about them? But that's the thing. Like, he did it. Like, they just keep wanting to retell the story and change. And I shouldn't say change up the story. They want to tell the story and add context to the story, which is their right to do, because I understand you don't want it out there that this man was some big drug dealer. But what I'm saying is, that is what people do, not just on reality shows, but in life. That is what people do. You exaggerate the story for your own purposes. You know what I'm saying? But I understand your point. I get your point. So we have Jennifer, who's happy to be invited because she's going to Melissa's housewarming. Teresa's not happy about it, but she's going. She's happy that she was invited. And now she's talking about Danielle and how she didn't like what Danielle said, and that Danielle is mad at her because Danielle's like, you let people talk trash about me, but I just need to let her know that what she did isn't cool, and you're trying to act like you're better than, and you don't want to step on people, and I'm just going to talk to her about it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I said this before. I think when you can make accusations against someone in their business that could affect their livelihood is crazy. Yeah, I just like when people fire back at Teresa. I don't like it when they go around like Teresa is untouchable. Now, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I agree that they don't let Teresa, walk all over them. I do like that. But I listened to Danielle at the end of this episode. I'm gonna just flip back and forth because y'all know I might forget to say it. I listened to Danielle when she went to the back of the episode. When her and Jennifer talked. When I heard Danielle's version of the story, her version of the story was along the lines of what I thought it was. Like, girl, you did my hair. Now, somebody did go back and tell me that she said that she did her hair. One time. So to hear Danielle tell the story, this woman did her hair one time. She did a blowout. She did her hair one time. And that the VIP section was supposed to be a section that was set aside so they wouldn't have to deal with, the fans and things of that nature. She said, I looked up and everybody was in the VIP section. Everybody's entourage was in there. So I told my security, clear it out. Nobody should be there that's not supposed to be there. And that is where this whole thing comes about. Now, let me say this. I understand both sides of that story. And I understand why Danielle felt the way she felt. She said, listen, I did this whole charity event. I wanted y'all to be comfortable. I had Bravo celebrities there. And if they didn't want to deal with the fans, I created a space where they wouldn't have to deal with the fans. Now, the flip side of that is if I want to bring my glam squad in, if the VIP section is set up so that I don't have to deal with people I don't want to deal with, and I choose to bring my glam squad in there, that's who I'm choosing to deal with. So I'm okay with them being there. What Danielle was saying was, I did not give that woman permission to be in the VIP section. And it wasn't me being a bitch. It wasn't me being like I'm better than her. It was just, I created that space for a reason. She wasn't supposed to be in that space. I asked her to leave. It really was simple. Then when she added, the added caveat was the hairdresser, her plus one was the lady who started the rumor last season about Melissa cheating on Joe. Danielle was like, I just didn't want that kind of drama. Because we went through that all last season with this woman spreading this rumor, put me in it, Jennifer put me in it, whether I should have said something or I shouldn't have said something. That's not the point. The point is, I decided I didn't want that drama. I didn't want the mess. I didn't want the unnecessary bullshit. When you heard Danielle tell her side of the story, I understood what she was saying. I understand what she was saying. And I'm not, and I told y'all that before. I said, listen, if that woman did not pay to be in VIP or have a VIP pass and security asked her to leave, she should have left. But all of that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I don't understand how she gets a right to say no. If you didn't have the tag or your name wasn't on the list, you weren't supposed to be there. Period. So anyway, so there was that. Back to the housewarming. So again, the housewarming looked really nice, Italian theme, yada yada yada. Like I said, everybody looked nice showing up. They had the limoncello waiting. So when when Dolores got there, Dolores bought the bottle. And Rachel and John were like, how'd that bottle get here? We left that bottle. Baby Dolores was like, look, Teresa called me and asked me to come and get this daggone bottle. And that's it. That's all. I picked up the bottle and I bought it. I ain't trying to get in the middle of y'all bullshit. I ain't trying to be a pawn in this game. If it's a problem, you call your sister and tell her it's a problem. All I did was pick this up and bring it. I picked it up and I bought it. Okay? That is it, and that is all. Now, Dolores, I understand because these are people you have known since you were a child. I get it. You were in the middle and you were trying to be neutral. Your friend asked you to do a favor. You didn't think it was that big of a deal and you did it. I understand Dolores, and I understand why Dolores did it. Dolores didn't know nothing about the fight with the fooders. I mean, Teresa might have told her, but you know what I'm saying. I just don't think it was that serious. Right? Joe and the naked picture, listen. I think that naked picture would have probably irritated me season 1. I mean, their first season on the show, maybe even their second season on the show. But at this point, it's just, it's Joe. It is Joe Gorga. He can't not do something that doesn't make him the center of attention. That's just it. Like, he has to be seen. So the picture of him, right? Teresa wanted a moment at the housewarming. She found a way to be a part of it. Absolutely. And on one hand, the card that Joe burned, on one hand, I felt like, you know what? It's performative Like, you being real extra. You didn't have to burn the card. You could have read it. But then the flip side is, like you said, if he read it, and let's say he read it and he cried, or he read it and he, had an emotional response, then it would have definitely taken it to a whole nother level, right? So I felt like him burning the card was unnecessary. I felt like it was performative. I felt like it was a way to hurt Teresa. When she saw it, she was going to be hurt by it. But I also remember, and see, this is the problem. Y'all asked me to go back and watch the old episodes. But I also remember going back to season 2 when Teresa had to write that letter to Joe on her Gucci stationery, by the way. And she couldn't even write the letter. And basically at the end of the letter, she pretty much still tried to say that she did everything right and Joe did everything wrong. Okay. So, Phil, I don't understand how you could say that Joe burning the car was performative, but Teresa giving him the bottle was it? See, that's what I'm talking about. If you see it one way, then you got to see it the other way. And for you to be like, oh, it was just a bottle of liquor, it's not a big deal. I've already explained to you why it was a big deal and why it was a moment and why Teresa was trying to have a moment. But okay, you see it your way, whatever. Joe's all wrong, Teresa's all right, whatever. Both of them have played their part in the status of their relationship. But moving forward, anyway. Rachel clearly doesn't know how to read the room. She is the only person that did not dress in the theme. She did not wear white or yellow. She got on a pink and white dress, talking about, well, I didn't know that was the theme. I don't know how everybody else got it and you didn't. So clearly you did not read the fine print on your invitation. But Phil, Teresa making sure that bottle made it was performative. See, that's what I'm saying. You said, no, I can't. It was a bottle. But Joe had to do it in front of the whole cast was performative. Teresa having to send that bottle in front of the whole cast was performative. Teresa did not have to bring that bottle to this sit down with the fooders. If she wanted Joe to have the bottle, she could have had a delivery service deliver the fucking bottle. For her to give it to somebody on the show to take the day of the filming of the party was performative. She wanted it to be seen. She wanted them to see it. She wanted everybody, including production, to know about it. That is performative. If all it was Joe getting that bottle, she could have had that damn bottle delivered. She could have had one of the girls take the bottle over there. So anyway, again, I know you got your cape on for Teresa, so you only going to see it from that point of view. Joe did exactly what I would have done. She didn't need to send that bottle. She could have had it delivered. That's what I'm saying, Deborah. And Phil in here with his cape. Moving on. I ain't going to keep arguing with Phil because we almost done with this episode. I ain't going to keep arguing with you. Teresa gave up. Okay, moving on. I ain't gonna keep arguing with you about this, Phil. Moving on. I still love you though. So we talk. Okay, so let's get into this Marge Jackie situation. Right, she could have Instacarted the damn bottle and put a note on the card. Ciao, whatever. Yeah, this whole Jackie Marge situation, I'm over it too. Can we call a thing? Jackie, it is so clear that you are just trying to get your spot back on this show. You want your whatever, they don't even hold nothing in New Jersey. You want your number one spot back. You don't want to be a friend of the show. And even though you said, I don't care, I'm okay with being a friend of the show, I'm fine with that. Here's how I know you're not. I'm going to tell you how I know that you're not fine with it. Excuse me, I was thirsty. Every time you complain about not getting invited to something, tells me you're bothered by it. Every time at the end of this episode, when you were mad at Dolores and you called her a slob because she did not tag you in a picture from the baseball game, see, you telling on yourself. that lets me know that it bothers you that you are not one of the girls, that you're not in the in crowd, that you're not part of the popular girls, right? Because if you didn't care, if you weren't concerned about being a friend of the show, because a friend of the show doesn't get invited to everything. So you not being invited to everything, and then the fact that you did not get tagged in a picture, how petty could you be? Anybody looking at Dolores' Instagram knows who the hell you are. Like, we are all fans of the show. We know who the fuck Jackie is. So you not being tagged in the picture, I get it. And I don't think Dolores purposefully did it. Maybe she did. I don't know. But I don't think she was purposefully being malicious to you. But the fact that you were really in your feelings about it to the point where you were texting Marge and then had a nerve to call her names. I mean, being called a slob, I don't think is that serious. But it's just the point that you went there because she didn't tag you in a fucking picture. See, that is how I know that you care. And that is how I know that in your mind, you decided, I got to do whatever I got to do to get back on this show and get my full-time position back on this show. That is how I know. Excuse me. That is how I know. So you might have been able to fool me before that. You might have been able to convince me before that. But baby, you told on yourself. So Marge and Jackie get into it because Jackie made the comment about Marge being upset because she's made up with Teresa. And baby, Marge and Melissa had to let her know, girl, don't nobody care about you making up with with Teresa. Like, we don't care. We don't care about you making up with Teresa. Like, we don't care. What we do care, and like Melissa said, I don't care about you making up with Teresa, but what I do care is I hope you didn't forget all the things that Teresa did to you, because you were the one that said that Teresa spread them false rumors about your husband having an affair. I don't know how false they were, but them rumors about can y'all hear me? The microphone way over there. I don't know how false some rumors were, but Teresa spreading them rumors about your husband having that affair made you have a relapse. And it's in the and then Jackie gonna say, well, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Girl, it's in the book. She gonna say the book isn't out yet. Did y'all see the face that Melissa and Marge both made when she said that? Girl, you put it in the book. You put it in the book that Teresa made you have a relapse. The same book that Melissa clearly read, Marge. Now, last week you said Melissa wasn't going to read the book, but clearly Melissa read the book. You put it in the book, girl. So for you to be like, well, it doesn't matter because the book isn't out yet. Now, do I think that Melissa and Marge are a little bothered by Teresa by Jackie going out of her way to make up with Teresa? Yeah, to a certain extent, I do. Because again, it's a divided cast and they're making people choose sizes. So yes, there's a part of me that believes that. Yes, I do. But Jackie, we're not going to sit here and act like you don't have a motive. Because Teresa has been the same Teresa. Now all of a sudden you want to get to know her. And Teresa got a motive too. Let's be clear. But look, fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. If Teresa's getting something from Jackie and Jackie's getting something from Teresa and they using each other, hell, I don't care. If they using each other, fair exchange ain't no robbery. Right, she said it. Right, Demille. She said on the podcast too. She sure did. Jackie is Captain Hartford. She is. What's different in Teresa and Jackie moving forward and Danielle and Marge moving forward? Because Danielle and Marge do not have years and years and years of history of the history. Also, again, if Danielle was an alcoholic and Marge had caused her to have a relapse and go back to the bottle, I would say the same thing. But this is a woman whose toxic behavior caused you to have a relapse on a condition that is a potentially life-threatening condition. People have to move forward on these shows. We complain about that all the time. You're right, Phil. People do have to move forward, but I'm talking about the motive. I ain't talking about the fact that she did it. I'm talking about her motive for doing it. Because her motive for doing it isn't, oh, well, we got to find a way to move forward. Girl, you are a friend of the show. It is not that serious. Nobody cares about you moving forward. You're not even a full-time cast member. We're talking about the motives for it. Phil, I said I wasn't going to argue with you. Why you always make me argue with you the whole time? The whole time. I be arguing with Phil. The whole time. That was pretty much the episode. Then we had the situation where Dolores got in it. And now Marge. That was petty. Marge, that was petty what you did. It was petty. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you telling Dolores she's mad at you because you didn't tag her in the picture. I think that was sufficient. I do not think you needed to add to it. I think that was sufficient for Dolores, because Dolores was already confronting Jackie. Let's be clear. It wasn't like you needed to nudge her. She was already confronting her. So Marge, I do think that was a bit much. I think you were being extra. I think that was a bit much. Now that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. But that was pretty much the episode. We know we have a new episode tomorrow. I will be I'll be here at 9:15. I think I scheduled it for after the episode tomorrow so we can talk about the episode 8. I guess we're building up into this big fight between Jackie and Danielle that seems to be a big deal. They are contemplating doing some sort of alternate form of a reunion that may not include the men. And I don't understand why not including the men is the issue, because the men ain't even the problem. I mean, unless something happened in later episodes that we're not familiar with, but the men ain't even the problem right now. It's the women. But I think Bravo is getting such a backlash for not having a reunion that they're trying to find a way. They're trying to find a way to salvage this reunion situation. Hey, Phil, Candy told us about Mad Day. Marge is no friend. Her snide comments about Jackie's issues aren't nice. Love you, really, B. I love you too, boo. Thank you for the super chat, my love. Thank you so much. Thought it was Danielle. Did I say the wrong names? I'm sorry. If I didn't say Danielle or Jennifer, that's what I meant. My bad. If I said the wrong names, I meant Danielle or Jennifer. That's what I might have said the wrong names. Thank you, Deborah, because they'll be all in my comments, child. Listen, before you put the comment, I just corrected myself. Thank you, Deborah. Danielle and Jennifer. Okay? Danielle and Jennifer. All right, you guys. I'm going to be back in about 40 minutes to do my story time on going to see the T.S. Madison show live on Wednesday night. So you guys come on back. We'll be live in about 40 minutes. Okay? All right. Thank you. Mwah. Peace.